Recording in progress.
Yep.
Okay, sweetie, you're gonna have to go. Over there. Good. Oh, I don't have my ting shot. Good work, David. Curiosity killed the cat.
She's a helper.
Indeed. So, reports, questions? What's happening in your meditation?
Well, I'm trying to use a lot of the bending, stretching in in my other meditation of piano. and and I've been doing a lot more practicing at the piano because I've got a gig coming up soon.
Uh-huh.
And what I'm finding is having that awareness of the body and my structure there, um, which I always have. That was something that I got a lot from my teacher in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But just thinking more of the different points, I think really helps me.
Hmm.
So I have been doing a bit of practice on our stuff, on my Tai Chi too. Um, and just haven't been as focused with it just because I've got this gig coming up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Anything for you, Carol?
No, David, I am practicing daily, but I am not anywhere near where you ladies are. I am finally at the point where I can sit down to the meditation and be in my body for most of the time.
Good.
That's a huge step for me. But in terms of feeling the energy to the extent that you're describing, I'm not there yet. I feel it definitely through my arms, through my hands. But one statement you made in the practice this week, that you can't address a blockage if you don't know it's there. I'm not sure that I'm knowing that it's there. So I'm working to that point.
Absolutely. And it it can take a little while to really be not necessarily clear about it, but aware that it's there. And and it isn't, I think, as I probably have said, necessarily a really concrete awareness or thing that you feel. It may be very subtle and very nebulous.
Well, that's the problem. I'm not sure if what I think I'm feeling is because I want to feel it and it's my intent, or if that's what it really is. But I'll keep working at it, and it will come. As
Yeah.
everything else I've done with you has.
So keep keep in mind the four conditions
Mm-hmm.
because that's really helpful, but particularly the third one. And just be aware that something feels different, even.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, at this stage, necessarily be clearly to you a blockage. but given time, it will. Anything for you, Joanne?
I think, while I have been doing dissolving for a while, I still find it challenging. So,
Mm.
um, and I think that I don't recall talking about the four conditions before now. And so that is helpful. I mean, I think it's, that tension or where there's real tightness is the most obvious. um, for all of us, right? But I think
Probably.
it is finding the subtler places, spaces, emotional contractions, and the like, and then being able to continue to really focus on that.
Yep,
I'm finding still, yeah, it's a work in progress, but
absolutely. Absolutely. So good. So I'd like you to stand up and do 10 repetitions of heaven and earth and really try to let yourself relax into that practice so that you let flow as much as it can. One of the purposes of doing qigong before you do your meditation is to really assist you in getting the energy going so that it's a little easier to sense what's happening in your body when you sit down.
Mhm.
So,
Okay. Getting in the way.
These cats.
These cats, look at this. I know. I at one point, out of the corner of my eye, I could see that he was sitting in between the computer and me,
Oh,
staring
well.
at me.
And while I was doing my cat came in too, the one who never shows up. It must be a cat day because
Cat day.
he's
They
not one
have
that'll jump on my lap, but he was rubbing up against me.
Helping you.
Yes, we have
yeah.
helpers all the way around.
Ugh.
Um, so good. I do see definite improvement. Um, One of the things I would say is that it seems to me that all of you have begun to get the sacrum starting to tuck rather than pushing back. The the one thing I would say is particularly because Linda and Joanne were sideways, so I could really see this. Um, Both of you still have a tendency to let the head drop and do too much bending forward in relation to how much tucking of the pelvis you're doing, and that's a hard thing to be really clear about because it's so much easier to let the head and neck go forward. Um, a lot, and so you both can reduce that considerably. So that if you notice that I haven't done a huge amount of bending forward there. Okay, it's just not. It's not necessary to do a particular bend forward, even though you're keeping the pelvis tucked in. Carol, one of the things I was going to say to you is to be careful about letting your shoulders relax. And when you go into 4 and 5, you've gone down to this point. As you go on down, don't let the elbows push back like this because it closes off the connection between the shoulder, scapula, and spine. So when you get to this point, you want to actually, as the hands go around, notice that I have rotated my elbows forward and down, so that you keep the back open. Okay. Any of you have questions? Okay. So let me. So I want to begin looking today at the process of water to gas. So whether you're starting or whether you're standing or you're sitting, doesn't really make a great deal of difference. Now, some people really find that they prefer to meditate standing, and so that's perfectly all right if you'd like to do that. As a matter of fact, one of my teachers, Bill Ryan, suggested that the physical body is more effectively cleared while you're standing, and to some extent I think that may be true. Now, what follows is essentially what you're going to be trying to do. So I want you to think about the tip of your nose. So just think about it, because it is highly unlikely that it's extremely blocked. It probably is not going to have that much blocked energy, but I want you to use it to represent something in your body. So when you go ice to water at the tip of your nose, you're trying to get it to relax. Your eyes are going to relax. Your head is going to relax. Something inside you is going to relax. And eventually, that could be something deep inside an internal organ, or something deep in the center of your body. And as it relaxes, that relaxation is almost like throwing a pebble into a pond. Waves start coming out until finally that returns and relaxes, and it goes from that kind of localized point all the way to your skin. And that's ice to water. Now, when you go water to gas, you now have the sense that the water is changing to gas or steam. You have the sense of everything at that relaxed energy is completely losing all coherence, losing everything that binds it. The sense of just expanding and losing all of anything. Even gravity goes away. So the sense of this thing that that holds it together gets away, and you let that energy expand until the sense of it starts to leave your nose, and that feeling of it starts to leave your body. Now, not that you make a picture in your eyes of it expanding, because if you do that, you can make a great picture in your head, and your nerves could still be completely squeezed shut. So the process of feeling it leave your body, your nerves, going to let go, and that's very important, because eventually it is your nerves to some degree that can allow you to feel whether your chi is releasing or not. But the essential issue is that whatever that relaxation is, you now allow its chi to expand until it starts moving outside your body. Then at some point it's going to hit a boundary. It's going to hit a natural place where it stops. And then you just let it go at that point, at that boundary, until it just disappears. It totally disappears. And that's the process of water to gas. So I'd like you to sit. Be aware of your posture, particularly a straight back and feet on the floor. And try to have them flat on the floor. And breathe. And I want you to just take a few minutes to allow your breath to establish and begin to feel a sense of presence and awareness. Let your breath soften and lengthen. And then you're going to start from the crown of your head. And when you do this, you want to always make sure you are doing it to the front, the sides, and the back. And the process is very simple. You release all the energy you can down until you come to a point where you feel a blockage. Everything's fine as you are moving down, and then you feel something that's blocked. And then you release that blockage, ice to water. And at the end of releasing that blockage, you have two options. If it releases, or you reach a point where you feel as though if you did it for the next 5 minutes, 5 years, or in the next 5 millennia, it's never going to release. If the latter is true, then you let the energy move to the next blocked point you find. If it is on the side of your head, you move it there. And if everything is cleared around your head, then you move it on down until you find the next blocked point. And you do the whole thing all over again. And if you go to a complete resolution where it feels like it's fully released, that's great. But if not, you simply let that energy move to the next place that's blocked and combine them. And then you go ice to water and relax that place. So the motion is always either around the head or body at the same level, or it goes down, just in one direction, down, and it never goes up. You only are moving down in the same way that you move chi. And when you drop to the next blocked point, you are sinking your chi, but you're sinking it at a much more subtle level. Because the process of ice to water is enough to cause sinking of chi. Water to gas is when you release what was really held inside of that blockage. Your object is not just to make it better. Your object is to make it overdone. So we're going to start again at the crown of your head. Let your energy drop and then at the end just focus on the eyes. We're just going to go for a few major points so that you get the idea. So ice to water with your eyes. Now, right behind your eyes is an energy gate, which is also where the chi of the nerves is located. So it's not enough to just relax your eyes. You also want to relax the nerves just behind your eyes, where visual information feeds from your eyes and goes to your brain. When you've fully relaxed that, allow it to go out, water to gas. Then you can go to the next blockage. Either around at the same level or down. And when you find it, let that energy go, ice to water. And then water to gas. And then keep on feeling down your face, releasing whatever you can. Now let's move down to your neck. And the first point is the throat notch in your throat at the front of your neck. Or the blockage could be at the side or the back of your neck. It doesn't really matter. There will be something around this area. There might be a blockage at the side of your neck, and maybe also one on the back of your neck. Just work through them until finally you drop to the next lower level. And as you do this, your awareness starts moving out of your head and your thinking into your body. And as you go down further, go to your shoulders. Relax and release whatever you find there. Ice to water. And water to gas. So right now we're trying to get the big idea. So don't worry too much about the details. But then continue down your upper back. Maybe somewhere around the middle of your chest. And find a blockage there. Ice to water, relaxing it. And then let it move to the surface of your skin, water to gas. Release it past your physical body to the boundary of your etheric body. Now, doing this, you might experience very subtle emotional discomfort or pain. It may be much more physical. It may be much more emotional. But regardless of whatever it is, notice how your physical discomfort and tension are influenced by your emotional disposition. If for some reason you're angry or sad, notice how that's affecting how you physically feel. And then go back and start from the crown of your head again. And at any blockage you find, ice to water. And water to gas. And notice how your emotional discomfort or disposition affects what you are physically feeling. Now continue to do this and focus on the way in which your emotions are affected by dropping your physical energy and dissolving it. As you begin to work through your physical body, it may take you as much as 2 or 3 weeks to work through simply the head and neck, and then work down through your shoulders, and continue to work down through your body, which may take some time. Don't rush. Don't assume everything is released. Just continue to feel. And pause and close when you are ready. Sending all benefit gained from this practice out to all help all the sentient creatures of the universe. So, any questions or thoughts?
No.
Thank you, David. And I am going to be away for the next 2 weeks. Um,
Okay.
if the Wi-Fi works, I will try to join you, but if not, then I will keep up on the videos. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, David.
Mango says goodbye
Bye,
too.
Linda. Bye, Joanne.
Yeah, my cat came. He's sleeping at my feet.
Oh, Mango. Have a good appointment, Linda.
Thank you, David. I did have a question. I
Yeah.
didn't want to derail the class, and it may be something that you're going to get into. The first time we went through this, we were talking about the feeling your mind through. You would do like an initial scan, mind through the body, and then sinking the chi through the body, and then. And is that something that you're eventually going to work us toward again? Or is that something that's just a little bit different? I, I, I liked that approach, but I was not sure um, where if it was something that you're going to bring in.
I could. It's one
Okay,
possibility.
okay, yeah, it was. I guess the initial, it feels like I can smooth out the energy a little bit more if I do that first.
Hmm.
It kind of taking my mind, and that's just me, it doesn't, it's definitely not something that you want to, I'm
Well,
saying you have to have in the class or
oh no, no,
something,
no.
but
I didn't think so, but I certainly will talk about that at one point. Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
okay, is that a good approach? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
something? Okay.
yeah. Developing the extending of your mind through your body is critical in really everything we do.
Mm.
So,
Hmm.
so it's yes, it's a very important piece.
Okay, I just didn't want to derail a class if that's something they're going to introduce later on,
No,
so
I just kind of structuring things a little differently this time.
you
Um,
are, and I like it. I like it.
oh,
So
good, good.
yes,
I'm
yes.
I'm very fond of the marriage of heaven and earth. I think it's a very powerful qigong.
Mm. It's yeah, it's I'm feeling a lot more energy in it too.
Uh huh.
I had kind of gotten in, especially when I was in India, it was easier to do the swings and and just quickly do the swings, get into the meditation. So I kind of got out of the habit of it there, but
Yeah.
it's I back in the habit of it, and it's I feel the energy in it. I can feel
Good.
the energy, and I think the bending and stretching in my the bend the bow, shoot the arrow,
Mm-hmm.
um, that when I can really feel that I've nailed that,
Mm.
I think that'll be a lot more consistent for me because there are times where I like, oh yeah, that felt it, and there are other times that I'm like, no. So it's just it's practice, which
Yeah, and that is a critical piece, and I can't remember how much of the Taoist spine stretch you did, if at all. I don't know whether we ever got
yeah,
in. Oh, of course we did.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's kind
We
of
did a lot of that.
that's kind of preparatory for it, but it's really important not to confuse the two because they're very separate approaches.
Yes,
Uh,
yes. And
and
that's where I could finally start feeling the energy was recognizing that they're similar energies, but very different means to get to that.
absolutely, absolutely. And also really holding on to extending the neck rather than bending the neck. I mean, we are bending it slightly, but the extension without stiffening it up is really a critical part.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, that's where I've been, adjusting my position at the piano and so that I can feel it there.
Oh,
And
I would think
huge.
it would make a big difference there.
Huge, huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to explore, that I had actually planned to explore a little bit more if I had made it out to Chicago before Pavel died, he was
Mm.
always talking about a thing called the brain gym. I
Hmm.
don't know if you have you ever heard of that?
No, but
It's a Yeah, it's a method where there's both physical movements as well as mental exercises that he found opened up channels for him to really feel like he could perform better. I mean,
hmm.
he was 79 when he died. He'd been performing at a very, very high level since he was a teenager.
Good.
And he said he always knew he was right there running with the big dogs, but he just my words, not his. but um but he said there was something that he knew was just always missing.
Hmm.
And it was through this brain gym approach, however he instituted that, that
Hmm.
he felt like he finally, about a year and a half ago, he said, I was talking to him on the phone and he said, I finally got it. I finally feel like I've hit that point where I made that transition. And he
Hmm.
said, and now it's way too late. So now it's which was but
Oh.
but so that's what I'm thinking my next project's going to be is to just really try and discover what that was because I he and I talked about it a little bit on the phone, but
Hmm.
that was my goal was to spend more time with him in person working on it. So I
Hmm.
yeah, so
It's um, the Taoists describe that there are 40 energy centers in the brain,
mm,
and there is a whole practice in working through that, which I do not know. I know it
mm,
exists. I just have not ever been exposed to it. Um, but this initial part of learning, really learning to relax the eyes and the optic nerve, really opens up the connection into the brain and the rest of the nervous system. So,
And that could be a connecting point for that, because part
yeah.
of the physical movements that he was talking about were things like standing on a balance board, which your eyesight really is a huge part of that.
Mm,
Your the the neural centers in your brain really really sharpen when
mm,
you've got those things that you have to do that whole body balance kind of thing.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Very,
Interesting.
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
good
I
luck
may
with all
bounce
of
some.
that.
Thank you. I may bounce some more questions off you
Oh, that's
with
all
that
right.
kind of thing.
Up,
Because that's I
sure.
yeah, it's somebody at one point asked me what kind of belief system I have, and the whole body, whole spirit, whole mind kind of thing. I feel like I'm just kind of this spiritual mutt, that I'm just kind of this melting pot of so many different things. And because a lot of the Buddhist things really are enhanced by a lot of the Taoist things that I've learned from you. And yet I spend a lot of my time, when I'm walking and things like that, I'm doing Jain chants, Jain mantras. So it's like, it's just, and I play in a Christian church. So there you go. It's like a
You are
little
a
bit of everything.
you're a lovely blend.
Thank you. Thank you. And you've been a huge part in helping me with that blend. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. It's you are a pleasure too. Well, have a good week.
Thank you, and you too. And I should be here. I'm hoping I can be there in person next week.
Okay.
But yeah, I just got a mad dash now. So thank
You,
you.
you can look a little at our new kitchen next week. It won't
Yes, yes.
it won't be done, but there'll be a lot of it there.
Sounds good. All
Okay.
right. Take
You
Hi to
too.
Jane for me.
Alrighty. Bye bye.
Bye bye.